Even with a witness to this murder, there has never been an arrest. In 2008, 18-year-old Danick Adams was a pretty normal teenager. She did have a 2-year-old daughter, but she spent all of her extra time with her family and friends. Danick had a part-time job working in a daycare center. According to Danick's mother, she liked running around, going out to eat, movies, music. She trusted people. She had a big heart. She had big plans for the future. She thought maybe she would be a child psychologist or a teacher someday. Unfortunately, Danick Adams never got to live out her dreams because her life was cut short. On August 14th, 2008, Danick dropped her daughter off at her ex-boyfriend's house, and then she decided she was going to go hang out with a friend of hers. Earlier in the day, Danick and her friend had gone to hang out with some other friends. They went and had lunch at Taco Bell. Around 10:30 that night, Danick spoke with her mom, and she told her mom that she was going to be going to Ultimate Fitness with a friend of hers named Princess. They were going to tan and put on makeup. You know how it is whenever you're like 18 years old and you stay up till sometime in the middle of the night and it's not a big deal. At my age, I could never. By 8 o'clock, I am yawning and like ready to get in the bed. A quote from Danick's mom said, "She told me, 'Mama, I'm with Princess, but I gotta go. You're eating up my minutes.' So before I knew it, she was off the phone and I never heard from her again." Danick and Princess must have stayed at Ultimate Fitness until just after midnight because they left just after midnight. And while they were leaving, they were walking to Danick's car, and a man who was wearing a mask walked up to Danick and Princess. The masked man told Danick and Princess to give him their cell phones, their purses, and any money that they had on him. But Danick said no, according to Princess. She refused to give the man anything. The man pulled off of his mask and shot Danick 5 times. He stole Danick's car and he took off from that parking lot. Princess ran to a home that was near Ultimate Fitness and called police. Now, I do want to add that I think that the Ultimate Fitness that Danick worked part-time at is the Ultimate Fitness that she and Princess went to that same night. At the time of her murder, Danick Adams drove a white Cadillac. Now, I would think that that car would stick out like a sore thumb. So I'm a little bit confused why several hours after Danick's murder, that white Cadillac drives right past the crime scene while police are still out there. Police did pursue the car. The man that was driving the car eventually pulled over and got out of the car and ran, leaving a passenger in the car, a female passenger. Now, the female passenger says that she didn't know the man. He just picked her up a few minutes earlier, and she didn't know anything about what was going on. As of right now, as of today, after all these years, this case is still unsolved. Danick Adams' murder is still unsolved. And what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Jacksonville police or Jacksonville detectives. I know that they have worked this case to the best of their ability. They want this case solved. But it's difficult for me to understand how this case is still unsolved when I know that Princess, Danick's friend, quote unquote friend, I'm using the term so loosely, saw the murderer. She saw the man who shot her friend because he took his mask off and then he shot Danick. Princess was standing right there and he didn't do anything to Princess. And according to a news report that I saw, Princess hasn't exactly been cooperative with police. She has said that she can't identify the gunman. How can't you identify him? You were standing right there. You have to know something about this man. And I do think that detectives don't believe that the man who drove the car by the crime scene after the shooting is the same man that committed the shooting. But still, who was the man that drove by after the shooting? Did Princess set Danick up? Does someone else know who murdered Danick Adams? There is a $5,000 reward available for any information that leads to an arrest in Danick Adams' murder. If you have any information, please call 501-533-6477.